Hi there, I'm Hannah and I'm going to be talking to you about how you can make your business more resilient in this challenging time. I'm going to share my screen now and go through some of the slides that I've prepared for you. So bear with me one moment and let's make this happen. So resilience in these challenging times, there are 5 ways that will really help you to be able to stay resilient. First up, I'll just tell you a little bit about who I am and why I'm here talking to you. So I started my photography business back in 2011. My company is split into 2 different areas. I've got my weddings and I've also got a brand photography company. My background's entirely marketing. I worked in global marketing for 10 years. I studied marketing. I did my degree in it, lots of postgraduate stuff, and I'm still involved heavily with the Chartered Institute of Marketing as a chartered marketeer. So I love to combine my passion for both photography and marketing, and I regularly work with photographers mentoring on the business side of photography. And today I really wanted to discuss what I'm talking about with a lot of those photographers about how we can stay resilient in this current climate. So there are lots of things we can't control right now. When the world feels out of control, what is it that we still can control? And that's what I'm going to be focusing this talk on. The 5 ways to stay resilient, I'm going to break this down as your mindset, the cash flow, marketing, organisation, and the word you probably heard flying around a lot recently, pivoting. Firstly, I think mindset is a really important thing to get clear on. We need to all understand, yes, terrible things are happening out there. It's okay not to be okay. You know, we can't all be fake positivity or, you know, sunny all the time. That's impossible. It's okay not to be okay. So firstly, let yourself off the hook and choose how you respond to the situation. You need to know and accept what you can't change. You just need to let go of what you can't control. And if you don't, then you're going to, when things do go out of your control, you're going to get anxious. And that's not a nice feeling that anyone is going to want to have. Being overwhelmed, which is easily done at the moment, again, that's not how you want to be feeling. So try and take some time out for you. Personally, I'm choosing not to follow lots of media at the moment. I'm watching the news occasionally, but negative headlines get a lot more exposure, and for a reason, they get more coverage. So it's not always a great thing to be following the news so closely. So yeah, just try and control what you're seeing and how it makes you feel. And that is really going to help you move beyond overwhelm. Number 2, cash flow. Cash is king. I'm sure you've all heard that. And right now, as photographers, it probably feels like that's a challenging, daunting situation for us all. So before you start thinking about any of the other things like pivoting, like launching new services, whatever it is, concentrate on having your cash flow stable. Manage what your current cash flow is, and by that I mean check what invoices are due, check out on outstanding payments. Communicating with all of your existing clients at the moment is really important, and the upcoming clients as well. Keep those communication channels open so they are able to work with you to have your cash flow. It's whether it's selling products to past clients or making sure invoices are settled in a timely manner, if there's deposits that could be due in. So yeah, be conscious that you really need to look after your cash flow, know what is due in, what is due out, and that you're on top of it all, you're controlling it. Now this is my favorite, as you may have guessed. Number 3 is marketing. I'm hearing it all the time from photographers. It's so tempting just to curl up, hide, and try and pretend this isn't happening, or you feel awkward, you feel uncomfortable. It's like, how can I talk about, whether it's weddings or whatever it is you photograph, how can I talk about that when it seems so fluffy and irrelevant maybe compared to what else is happening in the world? But it's so important you stay visible. It is essential you stay visible. Maybe people aren't buying from you right now. I would argue that's not true. I think people still are in a buy mood. People have got more time at the moment, but maybe some of them aren't, and those that aren't, when they're ready to purchase again, they need to think of you. The first people they need to be contacting and thinking of is you. Want to be popping into their mind, so it's really essential that you are staying visible. So I've popped this pie chart together, which I'm not saying this is the right answer, this is what you should definitely do, but it's what I'm finding I'm doing right now, and it's entirely different to what I was doing with my marketing pre-lockdown. So networking, that has shot up hugely. I am consciously having Zoom calls at least 4 days of the week, and generally those 4 days it's with several different people. So whether it's wedding suppliers, reaching back out to wedding venues, other people in the industry. I'm also from the brand side. I'm speaking to lots of different small businesses. Just networking is a huge thing for your marketing, and now is a really great time to do it. Another thing, which is super important, and I've always been keen on this, but now more than ever, is social media. The amount of time people are spending on social media, spending on their phone scrolling, has shot up drastically since all of this is happening. People at home, they've got more time, they are bored a lot of the time and spending a lot of time online. So if you're not there showing up, then they're not going to be seeing you, and they are looking right now, so make sure you're doing that. SEO and PR, that's probably exactly the same as what I was doing before. I'm not saying it's the right balance, but for me that's working. For SEO, I include Pinterest in SEO because I see Google and Pinterest as my main two SEO channels of reaching people. And Pinterest, oh gosh, I don't think I made a note of the stat, but it was ridiculous. 60%. I just glanced down and I did make a note. Pinterest has gone up 60% looking back at the year-on-year figures from this time last year to now. People are spending so much more time on there, so that's really important that you're using that as an SEO tool, because people are using it to search the same way as they do Google. PR, if you're a wedding photographer, there aren't weddings happening right now. There are lots of blogs and magazines that are going to be struggling to find content, so make sure you're there and sharing some gorgeous weddings that you photographed. And it's going to be the same for everything, because whatever you photograph, publications are going to be needing content, so reach out to them. Now, the biggest thing that I'm spending my time on right now is content creation, and by that I mean writing content for my blogs, which I'm repurposing. I'm also doing a podcast, also Facebook groups. I've got my own Facebook community for Brides to Be. I'm doing free opt-ins, lots of checklists. There's so many things that we can be creating right now that we're helping our clients. So if you're a newborn photographer, you could be preparing things for the people that are pregnant. So hopefully by the time they have their babies, we're going to be out of this position and you'll be able to photograph them. So many different pieces of content you can be doing to help your future clients. Okay, so that's the marketing. And like I was just saying, social media platforms, be on them, because your clients or your future clients, they're on them, and they're on them a lot right now. These are my favorite three. I love Facebook and I love Instagram, and in the middle, LinkedIn. So I use Instagram the most for my weddings, LinkedIn the most for my brand, and Facebook, I'm on there just in the groups being active as well. So make sure you're staying active. Don't feel you have to be on everything. Just pick which ones suit you best. It might be that it's Twitter or TikTok. Anyone using TikTok? I'm not, but if your clients are, then make sure you're there too. Number 4, organisation. I've split this into 3 different things that I'm concentrating on for the organisation side. So my processes, and by that I mean my customer journey. So right from when they inquire with me to when I hand over the wedding album, if it's a wedding client, or the brand client, once I give them their follow-up guides. Think about all your processes, break it down into your steps. Now's a really great time to have all your workflows nailed. So once things do get busy again, you can feel really organised. And it's just for your mindset, linking back to number 1. I know when I'm organised and feel on top of things, it makes me feel better just about generally. Systems, I'm a big 17 Hats fan, and my systems are all on that. So the workflows that I've planned for my processes, I've made sure my systems are all integrated properly there, from the invoicing, my contracts, questionnaires, all that type of stuff, making sure it's all up to date, all the links are set up correctly, nothing's going to a dead end. Yeah, that's a great time to do that. And the reviews, by reviews, I don't mean getting reviews from your clients, because apparently don't ask for Google reviews right now, because Google isn't sharing them, they're not coming up. What I mean by reviews is you reviewing yourself. So take a look at your website, see what bits need to be updated, review your portfolio, see what could be refreshed, what you could be replacing, which bits don't really suit your style anymore, which weddings you haven't put up there yet. So yeah, do review the existing things you've got. And then lastly, the fifth point, this one, tread carefully, pivoting. So you've probably heard that term, is everywhere at the moment, isn't it? People are pivoting, doing new services, new products, things entirely different. Just be really conscious that this isn't this situation we're in right now, it's not forever. If you pivot and you offer something different, you could weaken your future service offering. So that's just be really conscious that you're not doing that. Don't rush into things, don't be hasty. But there may be products or services that you could offer that do align with your brand values, that are strengthening it, that it's a service that you haven't had the time to stop and think about before. So actually now you've stepped back and thought, what more could I be giving my clients? And it is something I can give them, although we're maybe not face to face, then brilliant, do it. Yeah, I think that is probably my time up. I could talk about this topic non-stop. Literally, I could spend hours chatting about how you can build a strong business. That's what I love chatting about, particularly the marketing element of it. If you feel you need any more support from me, I've popped up my website there, hannahmcclunephotography.com/education, and my email, my Insta. Pop me a comment. I'd love to chat. Always happy to talk. So yeah, feel free to reach out if you think I could help. Whilst you're at home, you're self-isolating, we're all getting a bit bored in lockdown, do keep picking up your camera. It would be great to see some of the work that you get, some of the photos you're taking whilst you're in isolation. So make sure you share them, pop them up on social media, use this hashtag ISO photo, and then tag us as well in those creations using @thephotography show as the tag. And why not get sharing? Nominate 3 people, tag in 3 of your photography friends, and encourage them to share theirs too, so we can all see what each